everyone. I am Anne-Marie Costa, the professor of theater for this course, which is our advanced acting class. I'm going to set it up a little bit. Today, what we're doing is four scenes from Moliere's Tartuffe. And Tartuffe, if you may or may not know, is a wonderfully pious, religious man, supposedly. And he comes to the Orgon household. The first scene, you will see Orgon played by Nathan Salley. And in the four scenes that you're going to see, what you find out is that Orgon becomes very smitten by Tartuffe, and he wants to make him as happy as he can. So Orgon, although he promised his daughter, Marianne, to Moliere, this wonderful young couple, in the first scene you see, Orgon decides that Marianne will marry Tartuffe, because that's what Tartuffe wants. You will also meet Doreen, who is the maid of the household, and Marianne's confidant. Following that scene, you will see the subsequent scene, and then you will meet Moliere and Marianne together, the young, very adorable and spunky couple. And then the final scene, we will meet the Tartuffe, where he tries to seduce Elmer. So enjoy the show, or the scenes and the excerpts. I want to thank the students. We did these scenes about 6 or 7 weeks ago, but they have rehearsed them for you, so hopefully they'll show you their best work. And thank you so much.
Yes, Tartuffe shall be allied by marriage to this family. And he's to be your husband, is that clear? It is a father's privilege. What are you doing here? Is curiosity so great a passion for you, you must eavesdrop in this fashion?
Well, there's lately been a rumor going about, based on some hunch or chance remark, no doubt, that you mean Marianne to wed Tartuffe. I've laughed it off, of course, as just a spoof.
You find it so incredible.
Yes, I do. I wouldn't believe that story, not even from you.
You believe the thing when it is done.
Yes, yes, go on and have your fun.
I've never been more serious in my life. Daughter, I mean it, you're to be his wife.
Do not listen to your father. It is all a hoax.
See here, young woman.
Come, sir, no more jokes. You can't fool us.
How dare you talk that way?
Fine, we believe you. Sad to say. But how? A man like you, who looks so wise and wears a mustache of such splendid size, can be so foolish as to
Silence, please! My girl, you take too many liberties. I am the master here, as you must not forget.
Come, sir, let's discuss this calmly. Don't be upset. You can't be serious about this plan. What should that bigot want with Marianne? Praying and fasting ought to keep him busy, and in terms of his wealth and rank, what is he? Why should a man of property like you pick out a beggar son-in-law?
That will do. Speak of his poverty with reverence. His is a pure and saintly indigence which far transcends our worldly pride and pelf. He lost his riches, he says himself, because he cared for heaven alone, and so was careless with his riches down below. I mean to help him out of his present straits and help him to recover his estates, which in his part of the world have no small fame. Poor though he is, he's a gentleman all the same.
Yes, so he says. And sir, it seems to me such pride goes very ill with piety. A man whose spirit spurns this dungy earth ought not to speak of lands and noble birth. Pray, no. What is it? Such worldly arrogance can hardly square with meek devotion and the life of prayer. But clearly this approach has drawn a blank, so let's speak of his person then, and not of his rank. Doesn't it seem to you a trifle grim to give a girl like her to a man like him? When two are so ill-suited, can't you see what the sad consequence is bound to be? A young girl's virtue is imperiled, sir, when such a marriage is imposed on her. For many a man with horns upon his brow has made his wife the thing that she is now, And if one's bridegroom isn't to one's taste, it is hardly an inducement to be chaste. What I mean to say is,
The servant girl presumes to save my soul.
you would do well to ponder what I've said.
Daughter, let's disregard this dunderhead. Just trust your father's judgment. Oh, I'm aware that I once promised you to young Moliere, but now I hear he gambles, which greatly shocks me. What's more, I've doubts of his orthodoxy. His visits to church, I note, are very few.
Would you have him go at the same hours as you and kneel nearby to be sure of being seen?
I can dispense with such remarks, Doreen. Tartuffe, however, is sure of heaven's blessing, and that's the only treasure worth possessing. This match will bring you joys beyond all measure. Your cup will overflow with every pleasure. You two will interchange your faithful loves like two sweet cherubs or two turtle doves. No harsh words shall be heard, no frown be seen, and he shall make you happy as a queen?
And she'll make him a cuckold, just wait and see.
What language?
Oh, he's a man of destiny. He's made for horns, and what the stars demand, your daughter's virtue surely can't withstand.
Why can't you learn that certain things are none of your concern?
If I didn't love you,
Spare me your affection.
I'll love you, sir, in spite of your objection.
Blast!
I can't bear, sir, for your honor's sake, to watch you make this ludicrous mistake.
You mean to go on talking?
Yes, I do. If I didn't protest this sinful marriage, my conscience couldn't rest.
If you don't hold your tongue, you little shrill.
What? Lost your temper? A pious man like you?
Yes, you talk, and you talk unmaddened by it. Once and for all, I tell you, be quiet.
Fine. I'll be quiet. But I'll be thinking hard.
Think all you'd like. But you had better guard that saucy little tongue of yours, or I'll... Now, child, I've weighed this matter fully.
It drives me wild that I can't speak.
Tartuffe is no young dandy, but still his person.
Is as sweet as candy.
Is such that, even if you shouldn't care for his other merits...
They'll make a lovely pair. If I were she, no man would marry me and go scot-free. He'd learn before the wedding day was over how readily a wife can find a lover.
It seems you treat my orders as a joke.
Why? 'Twas not to you I spoke.
What were you doing?
Talking to myself is all.
Ah. One more bit of impudence and gull, and I'll give her a good slap in the face. Now, child, you will accept, and with good grace, this match I've made. Your wedding day. Aren't you gonna say something?
I've nothing to say.
Come, just one word.
I'd rather not.
Come, speak. I'm waiting.
I'd not be such an ass.
In short, dear daughter, I mean to be obeyed, and you will bow to the sound choice that I've made.
I'd not wed such a monster, even in jest!
Daughter, that maid of yours is a thorough pest. She makes me sinfully annoyed and nettled. I can't speak further. My nerves are too unsettled. I'm so upset by her insolent talk, I must calm myself by going for a walk.
You're gonna turn me on? Hi. Well, have you lost your tongue, girl? Must I play your part and say the lines you ought to say? Faced with a fate so hideous and absurd, can you not utter one dissenting word?
What good would it do? A father's power is great.
Resist him now, or it will be too late.
But I can't do...
Tell him one cannot love at a father's whim, that you shall marry for yourself, not him. And since it's you who are to be the bride, it's you, not he, who must be satisfied. And that if his Tartuffe is so sublime, he's free to marry him at any time.
I've vowed so long to father's strict control. I couldn't disobey him now to save my soul.
Come, Marianne. Listen to reason, won't you? Moliere has asked your hand. Do you love him or don't you?
Oh, that's most unfair. What can you mean by asking such a question, dear Doreen? You know the depths of my affections for him. I've told you 100 times how I adore him.
I don't believe in everything I hear. Who knows if your professions were sincere?
They were, Doreen, and you do me wrong to doubt it. Heaven knows I've been all too frank about it.
You love him then?
Oh, more than I can express.
And he, I take it, cares for you no less?
I think so.
And you both, with equal fire, burn to be married.
That is our one desire.
So what of Tartuffe then? What of your father's plan?
I'll kill myself if I'm forced to wed that man.
I hadn't thought of that recourse. How splendid. Just die and all your troubles will be ended. A fine solution. Oh, it maddens me to hear you talk in that self-pitying key.
Oh, how harsh you are, Doreen. It's most unfair. You have no sympathy for my despair.
I've none at all for people who talk drivel. When faced with difficulties, whine and snivel.
No doubt I'm timid, but it would be wrong.
True love requires a heart that's firm and strong.
My affections are strong for Moliere, but coping with my father is his affair.
But if your father's brain has grown so cracked over his dear Tartuffe that he can retract his blessing though your wedding day was named, surely it's not Moliere who's to be blamed.
If I defied my father, as you suggest, would it not seem unmaidenly at best? Shall I defend my love at the expense of brazenness and disobedience? Shall I parade my heart's desires and flaunt?
No, I ask nothing of you. Clearly, you want to be Madame Tartuffe, and I feel bound not to oppose a wish so very sound. Monsieur Tartuffe. Now there's a man of weight. Yes, Monsieur Tartuffe, I'm bound to state, is quite a person who's not to be denied. 'Twill be no little thing to be his bride. The world already rings of his renown. He's a great noble in his native town. His ears are red. He has a pink complexion. All in all, he'll suit you to perfection.
Oh, dear God!
Oh, how triumphant you must feel at having caught a husband so ideal.
Oh, do stop teasing me and use your cleverness to get me out of this appalling mess. Advise me. I'll do whatever you say.
Ah, no. A dutiful daughter must obey her father, even if he weds her to an ape. You've a bright future. Why struggle to escape? Tartuffe will take you back where his family lives, to a small town aswarm with relatives, uncles and cousins whom you'll be charmed to meet. You'll be received at once by the elite, calling upon bailiff's wife, no less, or even perhaps upon the mayoress, who'll sit you down in her best kitchen chair, and then once a year you'll dance at the village fair to the drone of bagpipes, 2 of them in fact, and see a puppet show or an animal act. Your husband, Monsieur Tartuffe.
You'll turn my blood to ice. Stop torturing me and give me your advice.
Your servant, madame.
Doreen, I beg of you.
Ah, no, this marriage must go through.
Doreen!
No.
Not Tartuffe. You know I think him.
Tartuffe's your cup of tea, and you shall drink him.
I have always told you everything and relied.
No, you deserve to be Tartuffified.
Well, since you mock me and refuse to care, I'll henceforth seek solace in despair. Despair shall be my counselor and my friend, and help me bring my sorrows to an end.
My anger has subsided. You do deserve some pity, I've decided.
Doreen, if Father makes me undergo this dreadful martyrdom, I'll die, I know.
There now, don't fret. It won't be difficult to discover some plan of action. But here's Moliere, your lover.
Madame, I have just received some wondrous news of which I'd like to hear your views.
What news?
You're marrying Tartuffe.
I find that my father does have such a match in mind.
Your father, Madame.
Has just this minute said it's Tartuffe he wishes me to wed.
Can he be serious?
Oh, indeed he can. He's clearly set his heart upon the plan.
And what position do you propose to take, Madame?
Why? I don't know.
For heaven's sake, you don't know?
No.
Well,
Advise me, do.
marry the man. That's my advice to you.
That's your advice?
Yes.
Truly?
Oh, absolutely. You couldn't choose more wisely, more astutely.
Thanks for the counsel. I will follow it, of course.
Do. I'm sure 'twill cause you no remorse.
Give it didn't cause your heart to break.
I gave it, Madame, only for your sake.
And it's for your sake that I take it, sir.
So, I am nothing to you, and it was flat deception when you...
Please, enough of that. You've told me plainly that I should wed the man that my father's chosen for me. And since you've deigned to counsel me so wisely, I promise, sir, to do as you advise me.
No, 'twas not by me that you were swayed. No, your decision was already made. Though now, to save appearances, you attest you're betraying me at my own behest.
Just as you say.
Quite so. And now I see that you were never truly in love with me.
Alas, you're free to think so if you choose.
I choose to think so. And here's a bit of news. You have spurned my hand, but I know where to turn for kinder treatment, as you shall quickly learn. I'll do my best to take it in my stride. The pain I feel at being cast aside, time and forgetfulness shall put an end to. Or if I can't, I shall pretend to. No self-respecting person is expected to go on loving once he's been rejected.
Well, that's a fine, high-minded sentiment.
One to which any sane man would assent. Would you prefer it if I pined away in hopeless passion until my dying days? Am I to yield you to a rival's arms and not console myself with another's charms?
Oh, please console yourself. Don't hesitate. Indeed, I cannot wait.
You wish me to?
Yes?
That is the final straw. Madame, farewell. Your wish shall be my law.
Splendid!
Remember that this rift is of your making. It is you who have driven me to the steps I'm taking.
Of course.
Remember, too, that I'm merely following your example.
I see that clearly.
Enough. I'll go and do your bidding then.
Good.
You shall never see my face again.
Excellent.
Yes?
What?
What's that? What's that you said?
Nothing. You're dreaming.
Well, I'll be on my way then. Farewell, madame.
Farewell.
Yeah.
May heaven, whose infinite goodness we adore, preserve your body and soul forevermore, and bless your days, and answer thus the plea of one who's its humblest votary.
I thank you for your pious wish, but please do take a chair, and let's be more at ease.
I trust you are once more well and strong.
Yes, the fever didn't last for long.
My prayers are too unworthy, I'm sure, to have gained from heaven this most gracious cure. But, madam, of late my every supplication has had for object your recuperation.
You shouldn't have troubled so. I don't deserve it.
Your health is priceless, madam, and to preserve it I would gladly give my own, in all sincerity.
Sir, you outdo us all in Christian charity. You've been most kind. I count myself your debtor.
'Twas nothing, madam. I long to serve you better.
There's a private matter I'm anxious to discuss. I'm glad there's no one here to hinder us.
I too... I too am glad. It floods my heart with bliss to find myself alone with you like this. For just this moment I'd prayed and prayed with all my power, but prayed in vain until this happy hour.
This won't take long, sir, and I hope you'll be entirely frank and unconstrained with me.
Indeed, there's nothing I would rather do than bare my inmost heart and soul to you. But first, let me say that the constant remarks that were made about all those visits you are paid were not made by any mean emotion, but rather by a pure and deep devotion, a fervent zeal.
No need for explanation. Your sole concern, I'm sure, was for my salvation.
Why, yes, madam. It quite was.
Oh, please, you're pinching.
Oh, 'twas from an excess of zeal.
What can your hand be doing there?
Feeling your dress. My, what fine woven stuff.
Please, that makes really ticklish. That's enough.
My, the lacework on your dress, the workmanship's miraculous, no less.
Yes, quite. But let's talk business for a bit. They say my husband needs to give his daughter to you, sir. Had you heard?
Indeed, just a word. But, madam, I confess that my eyes discern a different happiness for which I deeply yearn.
I see. You care for nothing here below?
Well, I'm not made of stone, you know.
All your desires mount heavenward, I'm sure, in scorn of all that's earthly and impure.
A love of heavenly beauty does not preclude a proper love of earthly pulchritude. Our souls are quite rightly captivated by perfect works our Maker has created. Some glory clings to all that heaven has made. But in you, madam, all heaven's marvels are displayed. Oh, that fair face on which beauty is lavished. The eyes are dazzled and the heart is ravished. How could I look upon you, O flawless creature, and not adore the author of all nature, feeling a love both passionate and pure for you, his triumph of self-portraiture? At first, I fled the sight of you, eschewing a rapture that might prove my soul's undoing. But lately, I became aware of something that could make my soul to square with rectitude and bounden duty. I thereupon surrendered to your beauty. You are my peace, my solace, my salvation. On you depends my bliss or desolation. I bide your judgment, and as you think it best, I shall be either miserable or blessed.
Your declaration is most gallant, sir, but don't you think it's out of character?
You'd have done better to restrain your passion and think before you spoke in such a fashion. It ill becomes a pious man like you.
With you before his eyes, a man has not the power to be wise. I know these words sound strangely coming from me, but I'm no angel, nor do I claim to be. Oh, that seraph glance divinely sweet, my heart's defenses crumble in defeat. And if, in your great compassion, you will deign to look upon your slave and ease his pain, I'll raise to you in thanks for that sweet manna and endless hymn, an infinite Hosanna. With me, of course, there need be no anxiety, no fear of scandal or notoriety. These young court gallants, whom all the ladies fancy, are vain in speech, in action rash and chancy. When they're in love, the whole world knows it. A favor's granted, and they disclose it. And by this, their tongues profane the very altar on which their hearts have lain. Men of my sort, however, love discreetly, and you can trust our reticence completely. My interest in my good name ensures the absolute security of yours. In short, I offer you, my dear Elmire, love without scandal, pleasure without fear.
I've heard your well-turned speeches to the end, and what you urge I clearly apprehend. Aren't you afraid that I may take a notion to tell my husband of your warm devotion, and supposing he were duly told, his feelings toward you might grow rather cold?
I know, dear lady, that your exceeding charity will lead your heart to pardon my temerity, that you'll excuse my violent affection as human weakness, human imperfection, and that, O fairest, you will find and bear that I'm but flesh and blood, and I'm not blind.
Some women might do otherwise, perhaps, but I shall be discreet about your lapse. I'll tell my husband nothing of what's occurred if, in return, you give your solemn word to advocate as forcefully as you can the marriage of Moliere and Marianne, renouncing all desire to dispossess another of his rightful happiness, and